Yo guys, and welcome back to another Dark Souls Remastered PvP showcase video. In this one we're looking at the Moonfall PvP build, which is actually based off my Bloodborne character Moonfall. And if you've seen those videos, you know exactly who I'm referencing, but completely similar. This is a pure dexterity build that also wields the scythe, so same as the scythe from Bloodborne. And once again, we're striving for, and you've probably noticed this trend in my builds, being extremely lightweight while getting that decent mid-range defense and achieving high poise. It's just something that I look to do with my builds through just testing and experimenting. So I was able to craft something up to where we're getting high poise, and not only that, we're not having to rely on Havel's ring, and because of that we have a free ring slot. So for my free ring slot I chose to use the Ring of Favor and Protection, which is increasing our HP and our stamina even more and our equip load. So with all those things combined, I was able to bring out a nice looking fashion that offers us some hidden poise, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But this to the right is a solo level 100 build, and you're probably saying, well, why are you at level 93? These are the cap-off stats, so this is what I recommend you at least trying to achieve, you know, in terms of what I am trying to get across is just mana tree. These are the thresholds that you want to meet me at, and then you have 7 points of freedom. So if you choose to pump more points into vitality, or if you choose to do, or at least what I recommend, split the points up, you know, go into attunement and pick up a pyromancy like Power of Within to increase your DPS even further, and then pump your vitality a little more so you can utilize Power of Within and get more value out of it. You could go that route, or you could do whatever you think is going to work for you, but that's what I am probably going to do with this build. So I purposely left this at level 93 just to show you guys that you have some freedom once you reach the mana tree thresholds. So high vitality, high endurance, you need 40 to wear all these things, use these weapons, and then achieve your light roll. And then we have 16 strength, which in my opinion, for the vast amount of dominant dexterity weapons, you don't need more than 16 strength. And even then, anything that's much heavier in terms of dexterity, you could always wield two-handed, but for the sake of being lightweight, you're probably not going to go that route, at least with this build. So going down to our last slot, we have dexterity, which obviously to get our outstanding scaling, especially with these two weapons in specific, we definitely want to make sure that's the number we're reaching. So now looking at the equipment, our main weapon, and I recommend you have a long and a short range weapon. Our main weapon, our long reach weapon, is going to be the scythe. And what I love about this weapon is it's awkward, and that's what makes it dominant. So let's look at the scaling first off. Plus 235, fully upgraded plus 15, and a in dexterity scaling. This is a 5-pound weapon, and what makes this weapon awkward and misleading is you could pretend like you're intentionally missing a hit, and you have so much time to follow up with that second swing. So what I like doing is running up on somebody, swinging and making it look like, oh crap, I messed up, and then at the tail end I'll follow up with that second swipe. So many people just don't know how to react to this, I noticed. I don't know if it's because they're not going against enough Great Scythe users, but a lot of people don't expect that massive window that you have with the Great Scythe to follow up with a 2 or 3 hit combo. So this weapon is absolutely awesome, and it's great against groups of people who might be trying to gank you. Next up we have the Balder Side Sword. Now I'm sure you're familiar with this one. Extremely lightweight, scales really well. Let me show you the scaling on that card. And not only that, it's got outstanding reach and minimal stamina reduction in those swings. So you're going to have a lot of room to melee out. You're going to want to switch up your attacks. I highly recommend you use this one hand. And to complement the Balder Side Sword, we have the Dark Hand, which in my opinion, at half a pound, this is probably, in my opinion at least, the best lightweight parrying weapon in the game. This is my favorite parrying weapon in the game, and what I like about it is it's feint, and if you're going to be using Power of Within and you're going to be rotating two gloves, you can keep somebody guessing by just being diverse with your play. So they may not know when the parry's coming, they may not know when the combustion, if you choose to use combustion, when that's coming, as long as you don't draw attention to yourself. Now, looking at the equipment, we're trying to achieve a certain fashion, trying to look cool is what I strive to do with my builds, but once again, trying to get that lightweightness, defense, and poise. All those things combined together make this Moonfall build. So this is purely for fashion and lightweight. We have the Thief Mask. Next up, we have the black leather armor, which this one, I feel like, combined with lightweightness and scaling, this is the best option. It looks cool. And once again, at +9, +10, I mean, just check out our defensive value and resistances. Mainly that bleed resist, adding a little bit of bar to stand up against things like the Gold Tracer. And these are the two items in which we're getting our poise. The Black Iron Gauntlets, which is a later mid-range gauntlet in terms of just poise and weight. At 9.2 pounds, going above this, you're not going to be able to achieve that light roll. So you're going to stick with Black Iron because it actually offers you better defense than something like Havel's or even the Guardian Gauntlets, which are heavier gauntlets. They offer more poise, but to achieve our poise threshold and get outstanding defense, the Black Iron Gauntlets are the way to go, in my opinion. And then this piece of armor is one of the most underrated, overlooked pieces of armor in the game. This is the Hollow Soldier's Waistcloth, and it offers you 7 poise. I even overlooked this for so long. This is a 1.5 pound item that offers you semi-decent defense, but it's giving you 7 poise, which I feel like this is, in my opinion, becoming like a must-have in just a lightweight dexterity build. And I think it's overlooked because you get it early on in the game. You kill standard basic enemies that don't look good wearing it, and then I put this thing on, and I remember just going through experimenting with armor. I'm like, what? You get poise out of this thing? And it looks good? So it's really awesome that I took some time out to just find something that would work. But yes, I mean, that's our armor for the build. And then we're not having to rely on Havel's because everything combined with the stat placement, the armor, and the weapons that we're using, we're staying under the quick roll threshold, which is absolutely awesome. So we're getting the freedom to use the Ring of Favor and Protection. That's my health, my stamina, and equip load there. So being that it's bumping our equip load up, that's when I did the experimenting to achieve the weight threshold. And then obviously the Wolf's Ring for the 40 poise. And that's pretty much it for the build. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. I'm going to roll some footage now for you guys to watch through to complete this showcase. But feel free to subscribe to the channel because I'll be pushing out much more content and a few more builds here later on down the road. I've been Giaquinto, and I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. I'll catch you guys next video.